Il n'a guère changé depuis le cercle des poètes disparus. C'était il y a 26 ans. C'est très juvénile, Ethan Hawke les abîme souvent au service de personnages tourmentés. Plutôt du genre à passer 12 ans sur le film Boyhood de Richard Linklater qu'à jouer les super-héros. C'est donc par amitié pour ses vieux camarades Antoine Fuqua et Denzel Washington qu'il a accepté de jouer de la gâchette dans le remake des 7 mercenaires. Ethan Hawke est un acteur à la tête bien faite dans tous les sens du terme.
Hello, I'm Sophie.
Hello,
Nice to
Sophie.
see you.
Yes, enchanté.
Enchantée aussi.
You gotta hate what you're firing at! Hate it!
You don't often work on big budget movies and with studios, so how did you know that it would not be the casual remake?
Because I have so much respect for Denzel. A lot of big budget Hollywood movies, you kind of feel creativity die because they're spending so much money, you have this obligation to make something that people can sell everywhere. And so that means a lot of people have to like it. And if everybody has to like it, then that means it can't be too specific. And so the thing gets kind of boring to work on. I like the idea of making a commercial Western. You know, it's uncommon. You know, like right now, superhero movies are a dime a dozen, right? You know, but a big Hollywood swashbuckling Western, I actually haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, you're right.
We're decent people being driven from our homes. Slaughtered in cold blood.
So you seek revenge?
I seek righteousness, but I'll take revenge.
I also like ensembles. You know, some actors love to be the lead, and I like that too sometimes. But I really like working with a group of people and the dynamic that can happen when you're sharing the weight.
Your character is very interesting because he's both very dark and comical with his golden teeth. How much does this kind of movie allow you to create maybe another kind of acting, more exaggerated maybe, you know?
When I was younger, I was really only interested in naturalism, you know, in being truthful, and I still find that extremely interesting. But as I get older, I start to see the fun in exploring other ways of performing. It's kind of, you know, sometimes you work from inside yourself, and sometimes you can work from outside yourself. Meaning, you know, I call it like first person. You know, if you're writing, is it in first person or is it in third person? And I've been getting more and more interested in the kind of third person acting.
These men need inspiration. Inspire them. You are Goodnight Robichaux, after all. Ain't you?
I can hit, Sam. We need the lead.
23 confirmed kills at Antietam. This is one of Connolly's Confederate sharpshooters, dubbed the Angel of Death. Do what he does. He's a legend.
Does that mean that you work very differently depending on the kind of role? For example, the Magnificent Seven versus Chet Baker versus
Yes.
you're going to be part of Valérian by Luc Besson?
I've been doing this since I was 12. So
You're so old now.
Well, it's not that. It's just that you develop your subconscious as a power. It does a lot of things for you. And there's a great Brando quote that I read about a decade ago that you want to spiritually marry your director. He had a kind of great thing is that the way to make a great movie is to kind of become the physical embodiment of your director's subconscious. You know, if you can, like, you know, be their wife. So
What were your happiest marriages? Because you're becoming the wife or...
Well, Richard Linklater and I have, you know, I've made 8 or 9 movies with Richard Linklater, and I've made 3 now with Antoine Fuqua, and I've made 3 with Andrew Niccol. It's like in athletics, you know, with a great coach, unlocks in people their best self. You know, we all have good days and bad days, and, you know, a good leader kind of makes the good days come.
Making his Birdland debut, Chet Baker and his quartet.
Cinema isn't your only playground. You're also a writer. You're a very talented actor and director in the theater. What do you find in these other areas that cinema doesn't offer you?
Well, as an actor in the movies, you're really only as good as your opportunities. But there aren't that many good movies made every year. And there's a lot of great actors, you know? So it's hard. And what I really enjoy is being in the room with talented people, working on a great, you know, whether it's Chekhov or Shakespeare or Tom Stoppard, you know, if you can, you know, and the great thing about the theater is you can have a relationship with the dead, you know? I mean, you can work with some of the greats of all time, you know? You want to work with Molière, you can. You know, his work is there. So that really turns me on about the theater. And, you know, sometimes it's nice not to collaborate. You know, writing can be really fun because you get to be by yourself.
The last word belongs to you. I'd like you, if you're okay with that, to write a word you like.
A word that I like,
yeah.
Huh?
And then you have
so many great words.
Yeah.
I like this word for some reason recently. Now, I wish I knew it in French, but...
It's kind of the same thing. Affinity.
Affinity.
Affinité in
Affinity.
French.
Well, I have affinity for you.